Fitting test chamber, Aurical HIT, and electroacoustic analysis. Aurical HIT tests the performance of hearing instruments with electroacoustic analysis. This provides the hearing care professional with valuable information about a hearing instrument's technical function and status. Electroacoustic analysis is a series of performance measures that provides a standard and a basis for comparison of hearing instruments. Unlike real ear measurements, which take into account real ear effects such as ear canal resonance, electroacoustic analysis is performed in a 2cc coupler within a test chamber. The 2cc coupler and test chamber ensure consistency, allowing for direct comparison of the actual performance of the hearing instrument to the manufacturer specifications per the regulated ANSI or IEC test standards. Electroacoustic analysis can be used to troubleshoot reports of poor hearing instrument performance, uncovering an unexpected issue, such as high distortion. Electroacoustic analysis should also be performed on all new hearing instruments prior to fitting, to verify the hearing instruments are in full compliance with the technical specifications. Prior to completing electroacoustic analysis, the hearing instrument must be positioned correctly within the Aurical HIT test chamber. Using the correct coupler adapter, as different coupler adapters and positions are utilized based on hearing instrument style and type. For details on selection of the appropriate coupler adapter and positioning of the hearing instrument in the test chamber, please refer to the previous video entitled Fitting Test Chamber, Aurical HIT, and Coupler-Based Fitting. When setting up for electroacoustic analysis, you should insert a fresh battery into the hearing instrument unless you want to include the test for battery consumption. If you are not interested in battery consumption details, you will see a red line through the play button next to the battery consumption test. If you do wish to include battery consumption, be sure to insert the battery pill into the hearing aid and connect the battery pill cable to the Aurical HIT. Doing so automatically activates the battery consumption test, and the red line through the play button will disappear. If the hearing aid uses a rechargeable battery that cannot be removed and replaced with a standard battery, you do not have the option to perform the battery consumption test. When positioning the hearing instrument within the fitting test chamber, be certain to align the directional microphones along the loudspeaker access and position the reference microphone as close as possible to the front microphone of the hearing instrument without touching it. Once the hearing instrument is positioned, be sure it is powered on and close the lid to the Aurical HIT. All standard electroacoustic analysis tests can now be completed without having to reposition the hearing instrument. If you are using the NOAA Link wireless programmer, it can connect to the hearing instrument even when the lid is closed. If you are using a hearing aid programmer with a neck loop, be sure to place it around the coupler microphone before closing the lid to the Aurical HIT. Connect to the hearing instrument manufacturer software to place the hearing instrument in test mode. This is necessary to allow for direct comparison of the measurements to the manufacturer's specifications. Please contact the hearing aid manufacturer customer support if you have any questions on how to place the hearing instrument in test mode. The steps in OtoSuite for testing a hearing aid are the same, regardless of the make and model of the hearing instrument you are testing. In this example, electroacoustic analysis will be performed on a Resound 1 hearing instrument using the Aurical HIT test chamber. To place the Resound hearing instrument in test mode, in the Resound software, select Instrument from the top toolbar and then select Test Device. A message appears indicating that entering test mode will discard all changes made in the current fitting session. Select Continue. You will see an additional message stating that programs set during testing are not safe for patients. The patient's original settings will be restored at the end of the test. To ensure a proper restore, the device must be connected and recognized. Press Continue. Specific for test mode in Resound software, we will select Full-on Gain and reference Test Gain ANSI for testing the hearing instrument. Click Continue, then click Apply Test Settings to back up the current hearing instrument settings and replace with the selected test settings. Wait while test settings are applied. Test settings have now been successfully transferred, and we can proceed with electroacoustic analysis for these hearing instruments. In OtoSuite, within Navigator, select Standard Test in the panel on the left side of the screen, within the Hit section. Alternatively, you can find a saved user test by pressing F8 on your keyboard or by choosing the test selector icon in your toolbar. We will select Hit ANSI Testing for this demonstration. Choose the tests to include in your electroacoustic analysis from a list of test options by clicking Tools, then Options from the toolbar at the top of your screen. Common choices from the measurement category include Hit Standard for ANSI or IEC standards. Within frequency sweeps, select each arrow to view additional details for frequency response, full-on gain, output sound pressure level, and telecoil. You can make adjustments in these details by clicking and making your selection from the choices shown. To save your changes for later use, select File, Save User Test, Save in Shared Folder, click OK. Enter a file name in the Save File dialog box and press Save. Before beginning electroacoustic analysis measurements, be sure to select the ear in the toolbar for the hearing instrument that is being tested. The first set of electroacoustic analysis measurements, OSPL90 and full-on gain, will be completed in the full-on gain test setting of the hearing instrument. All remaining electroacoustic analysis measurements will be completed in the reference test gain setting of the hearing instrument. In OtoSuite, the hearing care professional has the choice to run the whole sequence in the test battery or to choose individual tests. Customize the sequence options by checking the box next to each desired test. Then select the play button to complete the selected measurements as a sequence. To perform a single test option, simply press the play button to the left of that option. We will start this sequence by selecting the large play button. A reminder will pop up in OtoSuite to adjust the hearing instrument as shown, set to full-on gain with AGC, telecoil, and directionality turned off. Click OK to begin testing. When OSPL90 and full-on gain measurements are completed, OtoSuite pauses with a reminder on the screen to adjust the hearing instrument to the reference test setting. Toggle to the hearing instrument software to make this adjustment or adjust the program button on the hearing instrument. When the measured gain is within the green area, select OK to proceed with the remaining electroacoustic analysis measurements. Electroacoustic analysis measurement details are displayed in the measurement table. The frequency response graph will show the graphs for OSPL90, full-on gain, and reference test gain. The hearing care professional should compare these results to the hearing instrument manufacturer's specifications to determine if the responses are within acceptable ANSI or IEC tolerance levels. Additional hearing instrument measurements available in OtoSuite are shown in the list, but only one will be demonstrated in this video. The telecoil test automatically detects the maximum field strength. To complete the telecoil test, enable telecoil mode in the hearing instrument and turn directionality off. Select the play button to the left of telecoil in the list to run the test. Although not demonstrated here, you would expect to see a frequency response curve along with numerical values showing in the measurements table. The directionality average test is a functional test of the hearing instrument's directional microphone. Before starting the directionality test, make sure to turn directionality on in the hearing instrument and telecoil off. Press the play button to the left of the test. During the directionality test, a flat-spectrum broadband noise, filtered between 750 and 5000 Hz, is presented at 70 dB SPL to the front of the hearing instrument and then to the back of the hearing instrument. The results will display as a difference curve between the two measurements, with a numerical value in the table indicating the average difference front to back.